So this morning, I'm going to do something a little bit different because I can, and that's fun. So we've been talking, last week Tim was talking about our role in creation, our role as being these kind of co-creators and these co-redeemers in the kingdom. And he was talking about what we do as humans, how we create art in these spaces. And I want to talk about that as well, but from the side of the Lord creating those sacred spaces in the story of the scripture that we talk about. And I'm going to do that through some spoken word, some poetry that I wrote. So I've got it all written down here, and I'm going to read some of my heart to you guys. So I hope you enjoy. And if you have any questions, want to talk about it after, that'd be great. I love it. Thanks for letting me share with you today. When the sacred plays. Last week, we discussed our role in creation as beauty infusers, ones who act and defy the abusers and users and say, I'm going to redeem some of this darkness through play. I'm going to laugh out loud today. This week, I want to talk about the Lord's sacred play, the invasion into our places and spaces of normality, where the common or the broken get flipped-turned upside down, like our earth annually as we fly through space in this sphere of life. The breaking in of light, like our revolutionary, where we categorically in our certainty say that it has no place in the midst of such depravity, and yet time and time again throughout the holy tale, limitless play shows up and curiously ruptures normality with impunity, a type of sovereignty that undermines our severity. In the beginning, the dark and furious cosmos spinning at the speed of light so that everything seems still. There was nothing in this vacuous spin. In nascent, opaque waters, disturbing depth, chaos and unrest. Spoken light into dark, the madness told to be blessed, a structure of order, a framework of peace, the profane depths underneath and above and throughout this new earth. Sand beckoned forth from the deepest belly of Mother Earth, spewing forth mud, and from mud to trees, from discord to bees, and finally, at the end, dust. Filled with lungs and animated, and aware with a song to be sung. These first little dust movers were good, and they emerged from the insanity, from the troubled and violent sea. The delightful architect spoke, "Hey, little ones, you are good." I stilled the void and formed peace as the web that environs this grand, spoken, lovely verse. The cosmos is fused within a boundless framework. I made it so that everything in it could dance and reflect and blossom my being, my beating eternal heart that is the rhythmed cadence which moves it all. So start dancing. This is a holy place. March ahead through the dust of time to the sandaled, dirt-covered feet of the fallen prince turned shepherd, marching through the wastelands of Sinai. Pissed off at the little lamb that wandered off into the nooks of the nearest honeycombed cave network that wove through the earth like a bumblebee's nest. The watcher grumbles at his setback and knows he must find this little lamb, protect him from the pernicious wolf pack that wanders through the territory with their vicious claws and sharpened teeth bared back. Frustrated at this inconvenience, back scratched from the tight-walled caves that thrash and trash his back as he squeezed into the next sedimentary alcove. Then he heard a voice that thundered with a soothing peace. Behold you tread and pound, and realize not you tread on holy ground. Holy because I said so. Take off your sandals and bow low. Not your body though, but your heart instead. Render it to me and play, you shepherd, you guardian of the flock. I wanted you to be in your feet so you could feel my breathing beat, so you dance and move in the warmth of this fire that burns but does not consume. To have a story of sacred glory that's fun and move through you to your uproaring soul. Get up, man. But I don't know who you are. My bad. I hate it when people don't introduce themselves and start jibber-jabbering away. I am that I am. I will play where I will play. And this spot was perfect. Sorry for spooking you, but I wanted to get your attention. You've been far too serious for these first 80 years to find my whispers. Your life has been too loud. So I had to show up now like this, an infernic play shroud. I am unmade. I cannot move. Okay. This'll do for now. Set my people free, but loosen up a little. Learn how to be. Fast forward through the Exodus and into the history to the leader who followed the sheep herder, the conquering one who would furiously fight ferociously and remove the previous inhabitants out of their land to set up Israel's nation. The darkness of genocide all around laid heavy like the thickness of a cloud of dust from the Canaanites. When one day, while he was near Jericho, a man appeared, and with a sword point kissing his throat, he said, I am for neither you nor your enemies, for you don't see the plans you view too myopically. I am for the one whose banner is too grand to fly on any human flag stands, who is missed and betrayed with a kiss, and a longingly devoted tribute to certainty who, wait, what do you do? Bowing down again. All right, well, if you must, then at least take off your sandals and let the sand caress your toes in your reverent mode. Feel the sonorous vibrations of the humming ground. Get lost in that sound till up becomes down, north and south get turned around. Let's jump to Jerusalem and to the Mount of Transfiguration, where the three were with the messianic, dressed rabbinic and fleshed deity, hopeful skeptic, who was transformed from the rags of poverty and glorified with a shimmering, adorned, glory-type robe that embedded and connected the understanding of the glorious Messiah with one before them, named Yeshua. Moses appeared in body form, and Elijah in his chariot stopped in to say hi. And the three moved to begin constructing an altar for the rite, the proper religious caller to appropriate the sacredity of the event that they were beholding. The Lord showed him that day that on a lonely mountain peak, the truth of the universe, blessedness enfleshed, and the light burden of their friendly teacher, the Creator creature. The disciples thought they were just going for a hike, climbing to the mountaintop. They didn't know that they would be stopped and moved in on a sacred spot. Their idle thoughts would lock as they would construct an altar to commiserate their holy shock. For myself, most recently, when the burden of being alive felt like a millstone, as if the cosmos were collapsing into the center of my chest and everything was agony, in that space you showed your face and your soul. Lord, I'm talking about when you came as funk. My Lord, your presence came upon me. In a word, you were funk. A sultry groove that was movement made audible, shaking and soothing my bones, tic-tac, toe-tap and tune laying through me, from my elbows to my soul, from my head to my feet. You laid down a beat that was rhythmic motion, an explosion of framed commotion, but not chaotic. Just a fluid rocket, a beat that your spirit catches and rides on through my essence so that your presence tickles my senses. It's a different way of communion. Your body is the driving frame beat. I eat you up. Your blood is the rich melody. I cannot drink enough. What fellowship you give me in such surprising form. I shouldn't be so shocked. Why would I think you could be contained to a particular mode when you are the unformed mover and groover, the holy funk king? I could dance in your love forever. I'm remade in your manifestation, and today you came strong in the music. You whispered to me that you were present in the soft, quiet, musical meadow that built and erupted into a stream of joy, shooting in the sky from the ground in geyserish shape. Thanks for moving the peace to joy, shifting the still to the thrill. Jesus, you funk-filled, limitless music man, thanks for letting me funk out with you today. From atavistic caves with guttural cries to spires where beautiful broad brushstrokes created masterpieces, in all these human spaces in between, there has been people creating creation, responding to their embodied place, their story, the finite, tracing the shape of the infinite, the sensible, trying to capture the invisible, the meeting of the transcendent and the numinous experience. Why is art there the whole time? Because chaos pervades and needs to be humbled. Limitless love is the grand artist and is showing us how to make shalom out of the absurd. Ours is a story of co-redeeming and co-creating with. This is the relationship we are called into. To make light where predatory perniciousness pervades. To illumine the shimmering reflections that have been covered in rust. To not make light of, but struggle with in dark and find the shalom that's always been there. It's just been covered in dust. As you go out into your week, may your ears be geared and your eyes to seek the stillness and the illness of the surprising Christ who just may surprise you and make mundane light. May you be blessed in the levity and stress in this, our ordered mess.